Our perennial nearlyweds. What can I do for you?
We'd like to talk to Lakin.
We're looking for Ted and Christy. We thought Lakin might know where Ted was.
Well, if Ted's with Christy, she wouldn't know about it.
Well, has Ted been here today?
Yes, he was here with Lakin, and he left. Well, it was a while ago.
Would you mind looking, Augusta?
No, I don't suppose so. Make yourself comfortable.
Thank you. You know, I don't think we should postpone it. It's what your father wants.
I just don't think it's fair for us to go off on a honeymoon when something's likely to happen to him.
Well, we could put off the honeymoon, but we should still get married. We can be living together and start looking out for each other a little more.
I think that's the only thing that would make life more bearable.
Well, I mean, I'm always going to be there for you, whether we're married or not. You know that, John. But I just as soon make it official, you know? I really want to become your husband. You think you're about ready to let me?
Do people get into trouble for saying no to police officers?
Oh, all kinds of trouble.
Well, I don't need any more trouble. Yes.
Good. That was the, right answer. No.
I don't want him to die, Cruz.
The blood that seeped into the carpet the night Channing died, you can still see the ghost of it there.
Stop it, Mason! Stop it!
You know what they say? Blood will tell. And the blood that flowed through Channing's veins never came from you.
What?
Nor the face, the golden hair, the eyes, the hands, the bones. Only the name. Channing was not your son.
What did you say? I can't. Would you say that again?
Oh, I'll be happy to repeat it. To you and anyone else who'll listen. Channing isn't, wasn't, and never will be your son. Not your flesh, not your blood. No part of the Capwell lineage. A fraud. An alien being. A stranger in an even stranger land.
What is this? What kind of an insane trick is this? What are you pulling? He's crazy.
Stop it! Please stop trying to hurt your father like this.
Thank heavens I had enough sense to cut you out of my will and eliminate you from the business. You've lost your mind completely. Channing, not my son? You're the one that isn't my son.
I know it's hard to believe, Dad, but keep trying. It'll be easier. I'm going to make it easier for you. I brought proof.
Proof? Proof of what?
Try to concentrate, Dad. Proof that Channing wasn't your legitimate son. Here's an analysis of Channing's blood sample. Blood type from the autopsy report. You'll notice that it doesn't match up with yours. Ergo, there's no way you could have fathered, sired, or otherwise caused Channing to be. Our golden boy turns out to have been base metal after all.
If you had any tests done, then you must have had the results faked. He's crazy. Sophia, Gina, you're witness to... Sophia? Why are you crying? Oh, no. Oh, dear God. It isn't true.
Eden? Cruz?
Hello.
Have you been waited on?
Hi,
Or are you having trouble finding a place to be alone?
No, this is embarrassing. We were looking for Ted, and we thought Lakin might know where he is.
Augusta's talking to Lakin now.
Gotcha. Well, it's nice seeing you two together, looking so happy. I hope that you decide to continue what you started soon.
Does that mean we have your blessing?
Without reservation.
I'm sorry, I've looked everywhere for Lakin. Maybe she went with Ted. That's all I can think of. Did she say anything to you?
No, I haven't seen either one of them.
Would you mind if I used your phone for a little while? I need to make a couple calls.
Of course not. They're not in any trouble, are they? I mean, nothing's wrong.
Well, I don't think you have to worry about Lakin. Ted might be a different story, actually.
Well, you think that reassures me? They might be together. I just want to know what's going on.
Actually, Augusta, if you'll let me make my calls, I'll be glad to fill you in on everything I know.
All right, fine. Go ahead. Eden, why don't you sit down?
Yeah, yes, please do.
don't want your father to think we're inhospitable.
Hello?
Steve?
Yeah, that's right. Who's this?
It's Cruz, man.
Yeah, what's up, Cruz? You wouldn't have any idea where Christy is, would you?
No, none at all. I've been looking for her myself. We all have.
Well, so are we. Well, good. I hope the police can locate her. And listen, if you do, I'd appreciate you letting me know about it right away. I want to go get her myself. I don't want her being frightened by the police.
What?
I don't think you have to worry about that. Have any suggestions on where we might look?
Well, if I did, I'd be there myself, you know?
Right. Well, let's make it a point to keep in touch. I'll be talking to you.
Okay.
Cruz say anything?
Nothing. They're trying to find her, too. Why is she worrying us like this?
What could have frightened her? And why wouldn't she come to us to take care of her and protect her? I mean, you could have arranged police protection, couldn't you?
Of course, they'd stay with her around the clock.
Then why did she run away?
You think I know? Who could explain what goes on in Christy's mind? It's not like she had done this kind of thing before.
Yeah, but why now? You know, I can't help feeling that you're partially to blame.
Me? What are you talking about?
Steve, you are so hard on her. I mean, you must have frightened her. She always runs away when she's frightened.
Or can't cope with what's happening or any other excuse.
Well, look how angry you are right now.
It isn't anger. It's concern. Frustration at not being able to do anything. I'm gonna do something. Yeah, this is Steve Bassett. Have you come up with anything on my sister yet? Yeah, right. Doing our best. We're trying. That's all you can get out of them.
No, I didn't.
You guys, Mom, what's wrong? Have you been fighting?
No. No, everything's fine.
What is it? Why are you looking at me like that?
No reason. I didn't realize I was looking at you.
Sophia? Why don't you say something? Why don't you tell Mason he's wrong?
Cece, please.
Please, come here. I beg you, tell Mason he's crazy, these things that he's saying.
How can you be so stubborn? How can you go through life hearing only what you want to hear? I showed you the proof.
Gina, listen to me now. You know the situation here. Go call his doctor.
Why do you want to call a doctor? To recheck the blood types? You can call 100 of them. You won't hear the answer you want.
You go to hell. Sophia, I am ordering you to deny what Mason is saying.
Oh, that's good. You're ordering her to say what you want to hear. That's not going to work.
Sophia, why don't you say something?
If she does anything other than agree with me, Dad, she's lying. I think you'd better face it. The child that Sophia bore and urged you to name after yourself wasn't yours. It's a clever trick on her part. She got away with it for a long time, but no more. And you sacrificed the love of your natural children for the one that didn't belong to you.
Sophia.
Call the doctor. I told you to call his doctor.
Sophia.
Go on, Sophia. Soften the blow if you can. Help him through this hurdle. I'm not going to.
I can't deny it. What Mason says is true.
You've always been real possessive of Christy, haven't you?
Possessive? I don't know what you're talking about. I've always been protective of her.
No, it's more than that. The way that you wanted her to move into the apartment with you, or at least close by.
Well, what of it? You thought it was a pretty good idea at the time yourself.
Yeah, I did, but now I think we were both wrong.
Well, we weren't. If Christy had been living with me, none of this would have happened.
None of what?
Well, she'd never met Ted or gotten involved with the Capitals or the Lockridges. She'd never been raped.
Wait a minute, are you saying that you still think Ted did it?
I don't think it, Mary. I know it.
Steve, you can't be serious.
Ada was right.
Capel's got to her somehow. Maybe they bought her off, and that's what gave her the courage to run away like this. She thinks she's got high and mighty friends now, you know?
I don't believe that, and I do believe that Ted is innocent.
Well, I'm not surprised, Mary. They sold you a bill of goods. I've seen you talking to Mason. He's really managed to charm you, hasn't he?
Would you stop it? This has nothing to do with Mason. I was in that courtroom. I saw the same evidence that you did. And I saw Christy change her mind, and I have talked to her about it since. She wasn't acting under duress. She meant it. Ted is not responsible for this, Steve. Look, all right, it's true that I've gotten to know the Capwells better since the trial, but that just showed me that I was wrong about them, the same way you're wrong about them right now.
Why don't you grow up, Mary? What do you know about the real world, about judging people? You lived in a convent. I'm telling you, Christy's very confused right now. She doesn't know which end is up. But there's no question that Ted did it to her. I'd stake my life on it. What confused Christy was seeing someone else wearing the same shirt the rapist wore, and for some reason she panicked. Lots of people own shirts like that. That's what I was trying to tell her the day she ran off. Very commonplace.
That's right, they are. You had a shirt like that, didn't you? Didn't seem very important until now.
What's important about it now? I gave the damn thing away months ago.
Steve, don't you find it kind of a strange coincidence that you should have a shirt the same as the rapist wore?
What's that supposed to mean? There's nothing strange about it, Mary. I told you, a lot of men own shirts like that. But there's nothing the least significant about it. What I don't like is you're thinking there might be.
Channing wasn't my son? You deceived me?
Well, I'm not surprised. I told you you couldn't trust her.
Stop standing there and call the doctor. I told you to. You through the atrium.
Right. Wait a minute. Why should I phone the doctor for him after he's been so mean to me? I'm not gonna do it. There is someone I'm gonna call.
Hello.
Hello, this is Gina Capwell. May I speak to Augusta, please?
Gina? Oh, yes, of course. Hold on just a second. Oh, Augusta, it's Gina Capwell wants to talk to you.
She does? That's odd.
Why does Cece Capwell's wife want to talk to you?
I don't know. Hello?
Oh, hello, I'm glad you're home. I just wanted you to know I didn't do it. It was Mason.
What was Mason?
Just now, Mason told Cece that Channing wasn't his real son. But I had nothing to do with it.
Oh. All right. Thank you.
What's wrong?
Forget she called. Just forget it. Nothing.
Forget she called. Augusta?
So, finally you believe me?
I don't have much choice.
None whatsoever. But I should think it would make you feel better to know that this little tin god, Channing, tried to expose everyone, who forced Santana to give up her baby, who turned out gay to boot, wasn't yours. Isn't that what's called a blessing in disguise?
Stop it! You don't know what you're doing to your father.
I hope I do. I've waited long enough to do it.
Don't beg for me.
This is so bad for you.
Never mind about that. All I want is the truth now. Were you already pregnant when we were married?
Yes.
You didn't tell me?
Don't you understand that I couldn't?
After all these years, all this time, you did nothing but lie to me? And Mason has known the truth before I did? Gina knows?
Oh, yes.
And you must have told them.
No. I didn't tell anybody.
What difference does it make how we knew? We found out, didn't we? Isn't that enough?
Darling, here. I want you to take one of these, right?
I don't want anything from you except answers.
All right.
If I was not the father of the boy, then who is? Who were you sleeping with before we were married? Tell me.
Sissy, don't.
Don't? Don't what? Ask the questions that I have a right to ask? I raised that boy. I treated him like a prince. I loved him. That's what hurts the most now. All the love I lavished on him when he wasn't even mine. Now, you are going to tell me who that father was, or by God, you're not going to leave this room alive.
I think he's serious. Certainly he's upset. I think you should go ahead and tell him, Sophia. Think how well you'll sleep tonight after unburdening yourself. Guilt-free, untroubled sleep. Alone at last.
Cruz, have you found Christy yet?
No, Steve, I'm sorry to say that's not why we're here.
I was hoping that...
Well, we are still looking, no, believe me.
Well, if you're not here about Christy, then what?
I'm running an errand. The DA had your desk cleaned out, and he asked me to bring over some things. I guess this is stuff you left in your office.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know it's kind of an awkward situation.
What, my being fired? What's awkward about it? You give a damn about that?
Yeah, I thought you did. Whatever, I want you to know that I'm gonna keep looking for the guy who raped your sister, and I am going to find him.
Well, you don't have to look very far. I know it was Ted, no matter what Christy said in court.
That's so out of line, man.
How dare you say something like that?
Mr. Bassett thinks somebody in your family got to Christy and paid her off. And he has a tendency to believe what he wants to
Well, that's
believe.
ridiculous, and it's totally untrue.
You're forgetting I was in Christy's hospital room the morning after she was raped. I remember seeing the fear in her eyes, and I remember hearing her say Ted's name. You ought to remember it too, Cruz.
She explained that in court.
Well, sure she did. After somebody got to her.
Look, for what it's worth, I was in that hospital room that morning. I saw in her the same thing that Steve did. The difference is that I don't believe that Christy was accusing Ted when she named him. She meant something else by that.
Mary, stay out of this. Nobody cares what you believe.
Well, I care. At least one of you's come to your senses.
I don't think I want to hear any more out of you either, Miss
Well-
Capel. Cruz, what's being done to find my sister?
No. Mary. Yeah. This is Ted. Ted did it.
Christy wasn't afraid of Ted that morning. She was afraid of me. Oh, no.
What's the matter?
Nothing. I just realized how rude we're being. We haven't even asked them to sit down.
Well, I wasn't planning to. Then I'm making a social call.
Listen, at least sit down. Let me offer you something.
No, really, we have a lot to do, Mary, and not a lot of time to
just
do it.
a cup of coffee. I mean, Steve doesn't have much around the house, but I'm
Well, if
sure
they
he
want to
has
leave,
coffee.
let them leave.
Steve, I think that maybe if we all got together, we could figure out places where Ted and Christy might have gone. I mean, it might help, right? One of us might be able to come up with something. I'm getting to know Christy's habits pretty well.
Well, Cruz, we could stay for a little while, couldn't we?
Well, of course, sure. Why not?
I'm waiting for you to answer me, Sophia. You owe me that much. Whose child was he? Who was the real father?
Sissy, don't please.
You weren't going with anyone that I would have known. Tell me.
You ought to be able to figure it out, Dad. You're not usually this dense. Stop yelling at everybody and try to think.
What do you mean?
Don't you understand that it doesn't matter now? It doesn't
Matters. It matters to me. It desperately matters to me. You lied to me. You betrayed me, and I want the truth.
You should be able to put it together yourself.
What together? What? Why doesn't she just tell me who she slept with? And... Of course. How could I have been so stupid? I do know who it is. Lionel Lockridge. He was Channing's father.
Congratulations, Dad. You figured it out.
It can't be. It mustn't be.
One of life's little ironies in the truest sense, wouldn't you say? I don't want to put words in your head, Dad, but if I were you, I'd consider this the ultimate betrayal. I mean, we all know how long and successfully Sophia deceived you with Lionel, but to bear his child and then pass it off as yours, well, that rather goes beyond the pale, don't you think? I bet she was laughing at you the whole time. Both of them, in unison, a cappella.
Stop it, stop it!
It's not true. I love you, only you.
You can stop it too. I've heard enough lies from you to last a lifetime. Don't make what you've done worse than it already is. Just keep still.
Excuse me. Did you get a hold of the doctor? Yes. What did he say? He said he'd come right over, of course. If you'd like, I'd call again.
Why do you insist on calling the doctor, Sophia? Is he in on this little scheme of yours? I bet you had a whole ring of people supporting your various deceptions.
Stop it, Mason! I never wanted to deceive him. I never wanted to hurt him.
Oh, that was good of you. I'm sure Dad appreciates it, too.
It's been you and Lionel all along. I thought that was all over. I thought that after we had found each other. No, but it's been Lionel that's mattered to you.
He knows it all now. I guess he knows everything.
You stay out of this.
Why? Why shouldn't she know what you're really like now? I want everyone to know.
I've known for a long time, Cece. I tried to warn you about her, but you wouldn't listen to me.
Dad's not big on listening to anybody. We found that out the hard way.
It's been you and Lionel all along? I mean, everything that Mason said is true? What motive did you have? What, my money? Was that what you were after, my money?
Oh, you know that's not so.
I'll bet it was your money.
Oh, keep still. Both of you. I don't want to hear anything more out of your mouths. Everything out of your mouths are lies, self-serving lies.
I want you to think about what you found out here today, Dad. And I want you to think about who should have meant more to you. A child of your arch enemy, Lionel Lockridge, who turned out to be a loathsome, despicable person. Or me, your own flesh and blood, who stood by you until the day you turned on me. I think you'll find you made the wrong decision, Dad, and I hope you find it hard to live with. And I hope you live with it a long, long time.
You stupid fool. You don't know what you're doing to him.
I know what I'm undoing, and it's been too long in getting undone. You're cut loose now, aren't you, Dad? Totally adrift. Nobody around you can count on. You're sailing on a ghost ship with nothing around but the skeletons of people you used to believe in.
Jack Lee, please. Tell him this is C.C. Capwell.
Uh-oh, he's going to unleash his legal dogs. Run, little Liza.
Jack, you've got to do something right away for me. I have one last change in my will. I want Sophia and Brandon cut out completely.
No.
That's right. Out of the corporation, out of my will, out of everything. Forever. I want you to have that on my desk in 15 minutes, ready for my signature. Now, I don't care what you have to put aside to do it. Just get it to me.
How could you do that to Brandon? He never hurt you.
He's not my grandson. Let Lionel provide for him. I owe him nothing. None of you are going to profit from my death. I'm going to leave you all penniless. I am glad that it wasn't my money that you were after, because you're not going to receive a cent.
I should think you'd want to reward me.
Cece, I love you, only you, if you'll just think about it.
Think about what, Sophia? That Lionel knew you first? That when you used to lay in my arms at night, you dreamt of him? You told me that it was over when we met. Oh, but that's not right, huh? Lionel was a part of your life. You've made it that way. Has that imitation of a man been laughing behind my back all these years?
No, he doesn't know he has a son. I never told him. I never told anyone.
This can't be happening to me. Not now. Not when I'm going to die. I need time.
What are you talking about?
Please, I need time. I need time. I need just a few more weeks.
What do you mean? What is he saying?
I tried to tell you. I begged you to listen to me. He's sick. He's been sick for weeks.
Sick? Well, what's wrong with him, Dad?
Get away from me. I don't need your sympathy. All I need is time to get even. Lionel can't live. Lionel, he will win. That can't happen.
Cece, he doesn't know. He doesn't know anything about Channing.
I want you to tell me what's wrong with him.
He has an aneurysm in his brain. They say he only has a short time to live.
What? Well, why didn't somebody tell me before now? Dad?
Get away from me. I should kill you too. He's been making love to you. And it hasn't stopped, has it? You and I killed Channing. We should have killed Lionel. You and Lionel and my wife!
Where is that doctor?
Get out of here. Get out of here. All of you, get out of my sight.
Dad, I want you to talk to me for a minute.
No, I've heard enough out of you. Just get out of my sight. Get out.
Cece, listen to me. I want to stay with you and take care of you until the doctor gets here.
I don't want you near me. Of all the people I hate in this world, you're the one I hate the most. Now get out, all of you. Just go. Please, God, don't let me die before they're all punished.
Got to call the doctor and find out where he is, or call the paramedics, or call someone. He can't stand this kind of emotional
All right, just hurry.
Well, Mason, you've done it.
I had no idea he was that sick. I don't know why somebody didn't tell me before now.
I just found out myself. Sophia was the only one who knew. Cece swore to secrecy. At least that's what she says. I have a feeling that was trying to manipulate all of us. Anyway, this thing Cece has is very serious. They say it could burst or whatever these things do at any moment. It sounds just awful, doesn't it?
I'd never have told him if I'd known how sick he was.
Of course you would have, Mason. Look at all he's done to you. Look what he's done to me and Brandon. And then to cut us all out of his will just like that. I know I don't have to tell you this, but your father's not a very nice man.
You are a liar. You never called the doctor. He didn't know anything about it.
Look who's calling who a liar.
You didn't call the doctor?
I did, but it was busy. Anyway, I wanted to rush back to find out what was happening. That whole thing affected me too, you know.
Well, is he coming now at least?
Yes, but a lot you care. You kept hammering at him in there. If anything happens to him, I am holding you responsible.
I had no idea he was sick.
You had no idea. Could you look at him and see how pale and drawn he was? But you kept on and on
Be
at him.
sensible, Sophia. You're the one who's known all along. You should have told us all.
I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you over and over again. A lot it would have done, though. You are so full of hate and loathing. If you could have seen yourself in there. I am never going to forgive you for what you've done today. I used to be your friend, but no more.
Oh, yeah, you used to be my friend. Same way you used to be Dad's friend. Look how you've enriched his life.
Can't you tell that I'm suffering about this, too? All we can do now is pray that he survives what happened today.
I'll tell you one thing. If he survives this, he'll survive anything.
I want you to shut up. Just shut your mouth. You're a tramp. Cece was right.
And you're a conniving, two-timing phony. Walking around as if butter wouldn't melt in your mouth. All the time trying to pass off somebody else's child as Cece's.
None of us can afford to throw any stones, Gina. I think right now we ought to be worrying about Dad instead of screaming at each other. Imagine what's going through his mind. All alone in there.
Just inquiring, Augusta. I am demanding to know what just went wrong. What went on over the phone just now?
Why do you persist when I obviously don't want to tell you?
Wait a minute. Augusta, has Cece Capwell died?
Of course not. You didn't hear any fireworks going off, did you?
Come on. Has Gina just found out that he's going to die? Is that it?
Who knows what she found out? She's a very puzzling woman.
You're telling me? I'm surprised she even talked to you, much less call you on the phone. Wait just a minute. Wait a minute. You two saw each other at the Orient Express,
All right, I cannot tell a lie. We wined out and dined out on poached salmon and white wine, so you now know everything, okay?
Wait, just come here. Come here just for a second. Sit down there. Now, I'm gonna pull this out of you if I have to. Now, tell me, does this have anything to do with Cece Capwell's health?
Well, don't you think she'd feel that was terrible news?
Well, of course I do.
Well, there you are.
Now, wait, why didn't you just say so in the first place? Can you imagine what that must be like in that house? With Sophia and Gina under the same roof? And what's going to happen if Cece Capwell dies?
I don't know. I was thinking of a small garden party in a striped tent.
Very funny. The only thing they're going to have in common is Brandon. I mean, there's Sophia, his real grandmother, Gina, his adopted mother, and poor kid.
I've got it.
What?
I've got it.
What have you got?
Well, it's an inspiration I've been waiting for. I thought we should take a trip, and I couldn't decide where we should go. And then I realized we don't have to be that selective. We can see everything. We could take a trip around the world.
What?
Well, we wanted to go away, and now when we find out that Lakin's finally safe, there's no reason we shouldn't do it. I mean, it's the perfect season for it, financially, seasonally. I mean, what's to stop us? What do you think?
What do I think? I like it. But, I mean, we got to take a few days to think about it. Ordinarily, it takes weeks to make reservations and all that kind of thing.
Never mind the reservations. Let's be impulsive. I'd like to leave today or possibly tomorrow at the latest.
Oh, don't be silly. It'll take longer than that to pack.
No, it won't. I'll just take one change of clothes, and so will you. We'll take one overnight case, and then we'll shop as we go and come back with a steamer trunk of exotic clothing. What do you think? What do you say? Let's do it.
You really mean that,
Absolutely.
don't you? Well, okay. I mean, as soon as we make sure that Lakin's all right, we'll just pick up and go.
Oh, bless you. It'll be the most wonderful tour of a lifetime.
Well, why don't we just go upstairs and plan an itinerary?
No, I've got a lot of things to think about, Lionel. Come on. I only have one day or possibly
we have to look at travel schedules
Yes.
and all that kind of thing.
Let's go to, let's see, the Cipriani. How about that?
And you can't think of anything that might have caused her to run away like this?
No, nothing. 1 minute she was right here in this room, next minute she bolted. Either Marion or I can figure out what got into her, right, Marion?
Right. Excuse me, I'm going to run down the hall to my apartment. Steve doesn't have coffee cups.
Well, I'll come with you.
You don't have to.
No, I'd like to help, really. You know, I want to thank you for having so much faith in Ted. You know, I was thinking that it must have been awfully hard for you to have left the convent. Probably even harder for you to enter it.
Oh, entering it was not a problem. In fact, I've just begun realizing what it was that made me do that. Do you mind if I confide in you?
Of course not.
I know it seems like a really strange request, but I mean, you know, sometimes it's easier to talk to people that you don't know very well. And I really need to talk to somebody right now. I've been really troubled lately. I've been remembering some things. You know, right before I went into the convent, I had this fight with Steve, and he hit me. I don't even remember what the fight was about, but afterwards, he was really nice, and he brought me flowers, and he took me to the beach.
Yeah?
Well, we had a good time at the beach, but then later on that night, I don't know why I'm telling you this. Something really strange happened. Oh, I haven't thought about this in a long time. I can't.
Mary, what is it? What's wrong? You can trust me. You can tell me.
I can't talk about this. Steve.
You don't have to be so modest.
Get out of here. I'm changing.
You're a beautiful girl, Mary. You could have just about any man you wanted.
I don't feel like I could. I feel ugly. I haven't had a date in I don't know how long.
That's because you don't have enough confidence in yourself. Maybe if you felt more like a real woman, you'd be better able to handle men in those kind of situations. But all has to start from inside you, you know?
Steve, I gotta change my clothes.
I could help you. There's a lot I could show you if you let me. I don't think I've ever really told you how you make me feel, have I, Mary? There's a special kind of warmth that comes over me when I'm close to you.
Mary, what is it? What's wrong? What's wrong?
Oh, I just realized when I went into the convent, I left Christy there all alone, unprotected. Oh, poor baby.
Mary, look, I'm really sorry, but I just don't see where the connection is. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Oh, Eden, I was just coming for you. I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to take off. I just checked in downtown and there's something I gotta do.
Oh, Mary, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to forgive us. Is it all right?
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I'm sorry about the coffee.
Oh no, that's okay. We'll take a rain check.
You two been out here all this time?
We were just talking. Give me a call sometime and we'll get together, okay? All right.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Drive to Los Angeles and take a plane to Tahiti.
Tahiti?
Uh-huh.
That sounds wonderful.
Good. Well, pack a bag. And don't forget, just the bare essentials.
Just the bare essentials. Ha!
Funny.
Tahiti. Bare essentials.
If anyone's to blame for his condition, Sophia, it's you. All the lies and turmoil you've caused him through the years that take a heavy toll on a man.
I'll get it. No, you won't. Hello?
Well, Sophia, hello.
Augusta, what is it you want?
It's just a neighborly call. I wanted to
See how everything was going and if you'd heard from Ted?
No, we haven't heard from Ted, and I want to keep this line clear because I'm waiting for Cece's doctor to call, so if that's all.
All you have to say, I appreciate if you hang up.
Yes, that's all.
All right, Augusta, goodbye.
Goodbye. Cece's aneurysm must have broken.
You know, I've been thinking all the wonderful places I want to take you. The Galapagos Island, for instance, those black volcanic beaches. Remember the place suddenly last summer they talked about having seen the face of God? They were talking about the Galapagos.
Yes, we shouldn't miss that.
I cannot stand to have him in there alone. I'm going to see how it is.
Don't look well. You're perspiring. Maybe you better lie down.
No, I'm all right.
Mary, you never did take care of yourself. Believe me, it's better if you rest. You can't see how white your face looks.
All right.
You know, you've held together so well through all this. I know it's been hard on you. I don't like to see you so upset. You worried me when you decided to leave the convent. I know that was a hard decision for you.
But it was just as hard when you decided to join, wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
Still, I'm glad to have you in the real world with us. So good with people. And you're more beautiful than ever. You just don't have enough confidence in yourself. Maybe if you felt more like a real woman, you'd be better able to deal with the world. Eden, wait a second. What are you going to say to your father?
Well, I'm going to tell him that we decided to get married.
That makes me feel really good. I bet you that's going to make him feel good, too.
I think so.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Destiny's not here.
Mm-mm. Uh-oh. That's what I was afraid of. Wherever he went, he took the gun with him.
Oh, no, and he's so upset, no telling what he might be on his way over to Lionel's.
Well, you better call him. I'll check the other rooms just in case.
All right.
Hello?
Lionel, hello. It's Sophia. I don't have time to explain, but Cece is very upset. I think he might be on his way over there, and he has a gun with him.
Sophia, I'm sorry. I can't hear you. The dog Breeze is making such a ruckus. Could you hold on just a second? Breeze, be quiet!
Lionel, hello? Are you still there?
Cece just walked in. Sophia, I'll talk to you later. Cece, welcome to my humble home.